Hey guys, Selena Walker here, naturopath living deep in nature here at Ysbryd Spirit of the Trees. And today I want to talk to you about Lesser Celandine. Lesser Celandine is this beautiful yellow plant here, and she kind of looks like a yellow brick road. I call her my natural yellow brick road, particularly at the back of our woodlands, because there's a mixture at this time of year of golden saxifrage and the Lesser Celandine. And one of my favourite films when I was a little one was The Wizard of Oz, so I call it my natural yellow brick road. So Lesser Celandine, she's a beautiful little plant, but make sure you identify her correctly and don't just assume that all celandines are the same. There's two different celandines, and you were looking for Lesser Celandine following this video today. And the Latin name for Lesser Celandine is Ranunculus vicaria, but I might be pronouncing that wrong because you know my Latin isn't great. But why I try and bring in the Latin names is because I've noticed working with herbalists and different plant people from around the world, people refer to plants different ways, but when you work with the Latin names, you confirm that you're all talking about the same plant. And that leads me on to the common name for Lesser Celandine, Pilewort. So is there a clue there of what she can be used for? So Pilewort is used for piles, good old piles, hemorrhoids, arse scrapes, whatever you want to call them, lumps, veins coming out your bum. There's loads of humorous names for them, but Pilewort is the common country name for Lesser Celandine, and that is linked to what's called the Doctrine of Signatures. And the Doctrine of Signatures was a system that was used to look at plants to see what parts of the human body they resembled, and maybe that's the part that the herb can work with in the body. So if I was to dig up some of this here, now remembering if you're out foraging, it's illegal in the UK to dig up plants, so you do need to get the landowner's permission. This is my land, can I dig it up? Yes, I've had my permission. So here, if I dig some of this up, there we go, and really gently brush the soil off. I've got very clay soil here, so I need to very gently brush it off because it will come off in lumps, but sometimes it can pull the plant off as well. So I will do a close-up here, but what you'll be able to see is the plant actually looks like little hemorrhoids, little arse scrapes hanging off the end. So this plant, I only work with this plant with clients externally. You cannot use this plant internally. And this plant I mainly work with clients for hemorrhoids, and I make medicinal balms for that reason. I make an oil out of the plant and then mix the oil with Myrica certifica wax myrtle, which is a wax I'm experimenting with at the moment because it's a wax I can grow here. And that can be used then as a healing balm to rub on the area. Now, other things you can do with Lesser Celandine is you can make a decoction. So that means I would get a big handful of the plant, making sure it's mainly roots, those little tubers, those little hemorrhoids, those little arse scrapes, putting it in a saucepan with a good mug of water and bringing that to the boil and leaving it simmer for around 20 to 30 minutes. And then you want to get a bowl, but the bowl needs to be big enough for your arse. So depending on your arse is going to depend on the size of the bowl you need. And then you need to make enough decoction to put in that bowl and get the decoction, so the liquid that you've made, like a tea, basically a decoction is a very strong medicinal tea. And you're going to have that in the bowl, and you might need to add some cold water to make sure it's the right temperature because your arsehole is quite sensitive, so you want to make sure you don't burn that area. And then you're gently going to put your bum in there and sit in there for as long as you can, really, probably until it starts to go a bit cool. Gently dry the area off, and then either rub some coconut oil in, or if you've made some Pilewort balm, medicinal balm, you can rub that in as well, being very gentle. Now, why does Pilewort work for piles? Well, the two main substances that I think of when I'm asking myself this are saponins and tannins, which are both present in the plant. So the saponins are going to really help reduce inflammation and just calm everything down, whilst the tannins are going to help to tone and tighten up the area. Because let's be fair, a lot of the time the awl scrapes are kind of veins that have just gone ugh and are hanging out, and that might be like a prolapse. It might be because you've had surgery in that area, it might be because you've been pushing a child out, all kinds of things. It might be you've been pushing a big poo out. All those things can force them to pop back out, but if you tone the area back up, it can force it to pop back in. So the tannins can help with that. So hopefully this has inspired you to get out there and just start looking for lesser celandine, making sure you've made a positive identification, and then looking, okay, well, do I want to work with this plant? If you're out there, can I get landowners' permission to dig some up and make an oil, make a decoction, and start really building my relationship up with Pilewort Lesser Celandine. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It really helps me get this information out there. The more subscribers I have, the further these videos go, and you can help me make that happen. You can also connect with me deeper by signing up to my free newsletter over at selenawalker.earth, and I'll send you free hints and tips on how you can create a healthy body, a healthy mind, and a healthy planet. I'll see you soon.